Alright everyone, welcome back again.
話すことはできなかったけど、1学年上の遠坂先輩の噂はよく聞こえてきましたし。
はは、火の打ちどころのない優等生って噂か？言われてみれば、あいつは有名人だから話には事欠かないよな。
はい。それに会えないということもありませんでした。学校ではよく声をかけてもらえたし、弓道部にも見学に来てくれましたから。それでですね、そういう時にいつも思ってたんです。私は見てもらえるだけでいいって。気にかけてもらえるだけで幸せだし、それ以上望んだらきっと嫌われるって分かってましたから。
嫌われるってどうして？
私の魔術は姉さんとは違いますから。魔術というのは基本的に用途を定められていないでしょ。先輩の魔術だって何かを成し得るために何らかの現象を起こすものです。そこには初めから限定された目的はないと思います。
そうだな。できることは決まってるけど、できたものをどう扱うかはその都度違う。
けど魔導の魔術は違います。魔導の技は初めから他人から奪うことに限定した魔術なんです。それ以外の用途なんて持たない。他人の痛みしか糧にせず、他人の喜びを還元する教えがない。
I can't just not in response to that. I don't know what kind of magic she was taught at the Mato household. The magic she was taught is a heresy, and Sakura is ashamed of it. The problem between Sakura and Tosaka is the difference in their family's magic. The more Sakura hates the magic of Mato, the more self-loathing she feels.
さくらは魔導の魔術が嫌いなのか？
先輩、それは人間に呼吸をするのが嫌いなのかと聞いてるようなものです。
Then, Sakura looks up and starts talking like Tosaka.
好きでも嫌いでもありません。ただ、そうしなければ生きていられなかっただけです。
I'm of the belief she could have lived without it because when she was little and she was adopted into the household, that's when they decided to throw her into the basement filled with worms and infuse her with what you call the worm's crest. So I think she would have been fine. It's just more of a family lineage passing off thing.
私は元からそのためだけに魔導の家に譲られた子供ですから。魔導の後継者になれなければそこで消えていたものなんです。
Ah, okay, there it is.
先輩、そんな顔しないでください。確かに教えは厳しかったけど、先輩が思っているほど辛いものではなかったんですから。それにですね、厳しさで言ったら先輩にはかないません。私、人に傷つけられるのは楽なんですけど、自分で自分を傷つけるのは怖いんです。生きたがりな私は自分で幕を下ろすことができない。死んでしまうことは何ともないけど、自分で死のうと考えるのは怖いんです。
That is not a good image to have right now.
けど先輩はどっちもできちゃうんです。先輩が夜にどんな修練をしているか見ちゃったことがあるんです。一度だけですよ。忘れ物をして取りに来た時、土蔵の方で物音がして様子を見に行っちゃったんです。
Sakura bows her head in apology, but I don't want her apologizing for something like that.
いや、謝らなくていい。それは俺の不注意だろ。さくらがいるってことに気づかなかったんだからな。周りの気配に気づけないようじゃ魔術師として失格だ。 それより、それっていつのことだ？さくらがやってくるようになってからすぐか？
I really hope so. I'm improving, even though it may be really slowly. If I didn't notice Sakura's presence recently, that means I haven't improved at all.
去年の夏頃の話です。藤村先生がスイカを持ってきてくれた日なんですけど。
そうか。よかった。
I sigh with relief. I guess I can excuse myself if it was half a year ago.
それでさくら、見た感想とかどうかな？
She's the first person besides Kiritsugu who saw me training in magic. I practiced in front of Tosaka these past few days, but that's different from the training I do in the shed. So Sakura's opinion is like the test. Sakura is Mato's magus, so I might be able to get a good score.
内容に関しては黙秘権を使わせてもらいます。姉さんじゃないけど点数をつけたら大変なことになっちゃいますから。
Ouch.
それは赤ということですか？
それなら真っ赤と言えるでしょうね。
Yet his training got him through all 3 routes, so I wouldn't call it a failure. Crap. Sakura doesn't seem similar to her sister, but she actually is.
けど先輩、私本当にその時しか見てないんです。いえ、見てないんじゃなくて怖くてもう見られなかった。
怖くて見られなかった？
はい。それだけじゃなくて何度も止めなくちゃって思ってました。先輩の鍛錬は普通じゃありません。私には先輩が自分で自分の喉を突き刺しているように見えました。そう錯覚したんじゃなくて本当にそう見えてしまったんです。そんな風に見えてしまったくらい先輩の鍛錬は危険なものでした。
I understand what Sakura wants to say. Creating a magic circuit is close to death for me. My body would explode if the concentration in me is off by a few millimeters. But isn't that an ordinary compensation for a magus? Kiritsugu was the only one who told me that death is a magus's constant companion.
そうかな。魔術師ならあんなものだって聞いてるけど。それに俺が危なっかしいのは単にまだ未熟だからじゃないか？
それは違います。未熟とか半人前とかそういう話ではないんです。だいたいそんなことを言ったら資質がないのに魔術を使える先輩は別格です。魔術というのは使うものではなく体に覚えさせるものなんです。先輩のように毎回そのためだけに魔術回路を発現させるなんて普通の魔術師はしません。私が言っているのは最終的な結果なんです。先輩は自分を殺すことを毎晩やっていました。誰に強制されるのでもなく、かといって自分のためでもないのにずっと一人きりで頑くなにそれを守ってきた。それは姉さんにもできないことだと思います。先輩はそれが善悪どちらであろうと一度決めたことを最後まで守り通す。だからきっと私たちの中で先輩が一番強い。
It's really embarrassing if you say something like that with a straight face.
バカ、おだてても何も出ないぞ。だいたい強さで言うなら遠坂だし、さくらだってどんな魔術師だか知らないけど魔導の後継者だし、ライダーだっているじゃないか。
いいえ、 先輩は強いです。それは魔術回路でも魔術特性でもなくて、心の在り方が純粋だから。そんなこと出会った時から分かってたんですよ。この人はきっと何も裏切らない人なんだなって。
と、その
I don't know how to respond when she talks seriously like that.
サンキュー。お世辞でもさくらにそう言ってもらえたのはすごく嬉しい。
I'm embarrassed, but I tell her how I feel. Sakura smiles happily and looks straight at me. This is bad. The distracting thoughts I shook off earlier will return if she makes a face like that.
そろそろ戻るかな。さくらも眠いんだろ。夜もあるんだし、午後はおとなしく休んでた方がいいんじゃないか。
I cough intentionally. I look to the wall, to Tosaka and Ilya on the other side.
そうですね。夜もありますし、隣には姉さんがいるんだし。
She must understand how I feel as she blushes and starts muttering. I bet I look like that too.
それじゃあ部屋に戻る。夕食になったら呼びに来るから。
待ってください、先輩。
待つけど、何？
そのですね、寝つくまで部屋に行ってくれたら嬉しいんですけど。
I bitterly smile at her intermittent words. Actually, it's something I want to ask her if I can. She's so timid that she probably doesn't even know how much I've fallen for her.
ああ、邪魔じゃなかったらここにいる。さくらが眠ったら出ていくから、それでいいかな。
はい、もちろんです。私、頑張って起きてますから。
But Sakura, I'm glad you're saying that, but that defeats the whole point. Sakura suddenly falls silent when she lies down. She must have been tired. It looks like she suddenly got sleepy when she laid down. But still.
けど先輩、私は今日一日休めば治りますけど、先輩の腕はどうなんですか？
She must have no intention of going to sleep as Sakura keeps talking.
俺の腕なら問題ないよ。この布を巻いている限り痛みはないし、少しずつ動くようにもなってきてる。この分なら明日には普通に動くんじゃないかな。
よかった。ほら、姉さんが手当てをしてから随分経っているでしょ。あの時は応急処置みたいだったし、もう効き目はないんじゃないかって。
随分経ってるって。さくら。
姉さんも姉さんですよね。魔術刻印を利用するのはいいけど、あんなのはその場しのぎで7日も持たないって分かってるくせに。
Sakura says it like it's nothing, but
7日持たない。
sounds very out of place.
そうですよ。そろそろ切れちゃう頃だから、ちゃんとした手当てをしないと。私の魔術じゃ根本的な解決はできないから、今度ライダーにいいアイディアがないか聞いてみますね。
Sakura looks sleepy. I can't reply. I can only convince myself that Sakura is saying strange things because she's about to fall asleep.
先輩、そこにいますよね。
ああ、ちゃんといる。
よかった。そばにいてください、先輩。一人になると怖 怖い夢ばっかり見るから、ちゃんと私を。
Sakura slowly closes her eyes. Her breathing becomes more gentle and she goes into a deep sleep. I turn off the lights and leave her room. I saw Sakura fall asleep peacefully, but I don't feel any peace of mind.
ちゃんと私を見張っていてください。
I think that's what she said unconsciously, right before she fell asleep.
Sakura, 入るぞ。
He opens the door without waiting for a reply. He has never waited for his younger sister's reply before opening this door.
なんだ、まだ帰ってきてないのか。本当に困ったもんだな、あいつ。
He clucks his tongue and walks into the room. Scratching at the wall, Mato Shinji wanders through his sister's room like a blind dog.
さくら、今日も地下か？ああ、僕を差し置いて、また下で何かやっているんだろう。
He keeps asking questions that will not be answered. There's no one in the room. His sister has not been home these past few days. It is obvious that the master of this room is not here, but Shinji wanders through it all the same.
いつも通り。まったく、本当にいつも通りじゃないか。
He throws the clock that touches his hand. The sound of shattering glass is more annoying than he thought.
どこ行ってんだよ。兄貴に内緒でさ。
He starts throwing things like mad. This is like always, too. This outlet has been his daily routine for the past few years. God, Sakura should have decked him for this, man. It is his best opposition that began 3 years ago when he found out the truth. The Mato bloodline came to an end when he was born. The noble family lost its power, becoming mere humans. The only special thing is the accumulated knowledge. The once noble family of Magi is fated to perish in this far east country. He has known this since he was young. The Mato family was a family that passed down secret techniques, but is on the past tense now. As the Matos are no longer able to use magic, they are to blend into society as ordinary people. But he did not think so. Their magic circuit faded away, leaving them unable to perform their secret techniques. The bloodline of Magi ended for Mato in his father's generation, and he knows that he does not have the right to succeed the Mato name. But the Mato family still has the records. The bloodline perished, but the accumulated knowledge is not lost. That itself is special enough for the boy. He thinks he is different from the others. The Mato family have been chosen. That will not change even if they lose their power and cease to be Magi. He was proud of himself because he was born into a special family to be raised in a special way. Even if he is a failure as a magus, he is a child born into the chosen family. But a new child slipped into the chosen family. His father adopted a girl who had none of her own. It all happened more than 10 years ago. The girl named Sakura became his little sister from that day on. At first, he hated his new sibling. He did not want any outsiders coming into the special Mato household, but the boy started to accept his sister day by day. The girl named Sakura was silent and ordinary, no more capable than a guard dog. It is a waste of time to be hostile against someone like that, and it is more charming if one is to consider her a servant. Even when he was young, he was an ass. He looked through books memorizing magic he could not use to remind himself that he was the Mato heir. He was the only one who could enter the study. His adopted sister could never be named the successor, so she had no right to trespass here. His sister would live as a normal human being, never being taught the family's surviving knowledge. This fact greatly satisfied his pride. A family of Magi has only one successor. He knew that, so he did not question their separate upbringings. Only one could learn magic. Then it was only natural that his sister be raised apart. Yes. He felt sympathy for his sister. They lived in the same house and had the same parents, but he was the only one who could call himself special, and he pitied his sister for not being chosen. It's like a compassion of a superior being looking down onto others, and it is his most reliable pride. The brother treated his sister as a failure. The sister feared her brother and always looked down, as if avoiding his gaze. He thought it was because of shame, and he despised and loved her for it all the same. Until he found out the truth. That was all he could manage when he accidentally found the room. A room he has never been told about. Knowledge that was not taught to him. Talent that was not given to him. Everything was in the room. A naked girl lay in the middle of the room. Around her were swarms of black worms and his terrifying grandfather. And his father glared at the boy as if he was a nuisance, an attitude he had never taken towards him. And that ended it. Everything he believed in, everything that constructed him was turned upside down. It was not him that was special. It was not his sister that was kept at a distance. It was not her that was pitiable. And it was not her that was looking down on the other person. His life completely changed. Since he no longer needed to hide anything, his father took a defiant attitude towards his son. He started spending more time with the boy's sister instead. I do not like the implications of that either. His sister did not say anything but would just hang her head like always. She still acted as though running away was from his gaze when she would say,
ごめんなさい兄さん
As if pitying him, she said it with the emotion that he once felt for his sister. Way to break down. He laughed. It was funny. It was so funny that he wanted to kill. The one he had thought was his pet was actually his master, and he was just a fool. Which one is the funny one? It must be both. At that time, as he went back to the mansion with unsteady steps, he realized the world had not been turned upside down. It had been like this all along. The inverted one, the one who was misunderstood, was him. It's just that he finally realized his own miserableness. The 3 years after that were only a pain for him. His father died and his grandfather only cared about Sakura. Mato Shinji became just like an heir in his house. He was treated as an object whose existence did not matter, and that truly was the case. She pitied the heir. She apologized. Though she never spoke the words aloud, she apologized every time she saw him. She apologized for taking Mato Shinji's place.
何を謝っているんだよ。
She could have just ignored him. Then he wouldn't have hated her, wouldn't have clung to hope. Sakura apologized. Apologizing means submitting something. Then,
僕はお前の優しい兄なんだ。
considering all the contempt he had endured, he saw nothing wrong in accepting this.
なんだあいつ。まだエミヤんところに嫌がるのか。お前はマトウの後継者だぞ。マトウの後継者だぞ。尊きマトウの後継者なんだぞ。
The room shows no signs of life, but that's to be expected. Mato Sakura's room is the underground worm's nest, and this is merely for show. The master of the room does not care how much he breaks the things in his room. This room is no different from the door plate that hangs at the entrance.
ああ、それなのに謝るんだよなお前は。ごめんなさいごめんなさいってさ。じゃあさ、すまないと思うんなら僕の言うことだけを素直に聞けよ。罪の意識、そんなもの知ったことか。マトウ家の人間って自覚があるなら、兄の言うことを聞くのは妹として当然のことだろう。
He scratches the sheets. Something that was his. Why did the doll that did not think or resist leave him?
お前が取ったんだぞエミヤ。
That was his miscalculation. He knew she was attracted to Emi Ashiro. That thing that held no interest in anything started to have opinions after getting to know him. She gradually regained herself, and in the end, she left him. He trained her to never disobey him, but now she chooses a total stranger over her own brother.
だから言ったんだ。 あいつの家にやるのは良くないって。なのにあのジジイ、エミヤは監視しなくてはならんとかふざけたこと言いやがって。
This family messed him up completely, man. His grandfather does not even try to take Sakura back. He said it's fine as is, and moreover confined him to this house.
見ていろ、必ず償わせてやるぞエミヤ。お前はさくらの見ている前で引き裂いてやる。
That's right. If a doll is disobedient, he'll just reset the relationship to be like it was before. If she gained hope to become human.
ああ、昔みたいにさ、また昔みたいになればいいだけじゃないか。
He laughs. The clouded window reflects a face as ghastly as a skull. It's afternoon now. Tosaka seems busy and Sakura is sleeping, so I should make dinner. My left arm moves even though it reacts slow, so it shouldn't hinder me if I'm to make something simple.
カジキの唐揚げと、あとは肉じゃがかな、これは。
I check the contents of the refrigerator and decide the menu. There are 2 additional people eating now, so the food gets used up quickly. I should find some time to go to the shopping district tomorrow.
いただきます。
Everyone must have liked having dinner ready when they came here since they all seem to be in a good mood. I'm worried that Ryder isn't here, but I'm sure she has her reasons. Her top priority is guarding Sakura, so maybe she has no intention of spending time around Tosaka, who may end up being her enemy.
後で食べに来るかな、ライダー。
I'll pack it up and take her some if she doesn't come. Ryder seems to like desolate places, so I bet she's either in the dojo or the shed.
へえ、シローってこういうのが得意なんだ。さくらは洋食で、シローは和食派ってこと？
Tosaka picks up the fried swordfish and looks at me in surprise. It's golden fried with a scent of ginger, with an elegant soy sauce taste. She seems to really like it.
私はこっちのが好きよ。シローがお料理上手で嬉しいわ。
Ilya eats the potatoes in satisfaction. It's unfortunate that she's the only one eating the potato, part of the simmered meat and potato, but I'm glad she likes it. Wait. Sakura is tilting her head in confusion, chopsticks in hand.
さくら、どうした？食欲ないのか？
あ、食欲はあるんですけど、先輩、この肉じゃがお砂糖入ってませんよ。味付けが変です。
ね。
I made such a stupid mistake on something. I'm so used to cooking.
くそ、ちょっと待った。
I serve myself out of the big dish in the center and try some. That's strange. This tastes normal.
さくら、なんか変かな、これ。
これ、お砂糖と塩が逆になってませんか？甘みが全くないんですけど。そう？肉じゃがってこういう味でしょ？そりゃ隠し味らしきものが入ってるから他のとは違うけど、ちょっと真似できない味よ、これ。私は初めてだからわからないけど、美味しいよ。ちょうどいい甘さで食べやすいし。
Sakura looks dissatisfied as she reaches out for seconds. 1 bite, 2 bites, 3 bites.
さくら。
なんか味付けの薄いところを選んじゃったみたいです。変なこと言ってごめんなさい。先輩のご飯は今日も美味しいです。
She lost her sense of taste. Sakura smiles and keeps eating. Sakura keeps eating like nothing happened. I was worried by Sakura's odd behavior, but she seemed well enough after that. And fact, she asked for seconds 3 times. Sakura kept eating and finished off food while Tosaka stared at her in surprise. It's past 10 o'clock.